we move on to the units of heat. If you remember, I told you in the first slide we spoke about the units of heat when we spoke about the difference between heat and temperature. So the SI unit or the MKS unit of heat is joules and the CGS unit of heat is calories. The relation between a calorie and joule is as follows. So 1 calorie is equal to 4.18 joules. Now boys, you will be confused how to remember whether 1 calorie is 4.18 joules or 1 joule is 4.18 calories. So I remember this way. Between now C, it is C for calorie and J for joules. So which comes first when you say ABCD, C or J? C comes first and then comes J. So that's why when you write the 1 calorie, calorie will come first and then will come joules, and the relation is 4.18. So C first and then J. In the ABCD, when we say ABCD, C comes before J. So that's why 1 calorie will be always 4.18 joules. Now this is a mnemonic or a way of remembering. Okay, you will find it a very ghati way of remembering, but still it's quite. This is how I remember at least. The amount of heat necessary to raise the temperature of 1 gram of water by 1 degree Celsius, that is from 14.5 to 15.5. Okay, so from 14.5 to 15.5, how much is the difference? 1 degree Celsius. So the amount of heat, okay, the amount of heat which is necessary to raise the temperature 1 gram of water by 1 degree from 14.5 to 15.5 degree Celsius is called 1 calorie heat. Similarly, the amount of heat necessary to raise the temperature of 1 kilogram of water by 1 degree from 14.5 to 15.5 is called 1 kilocalorie. So what is the difference here? Here it was 1 gram. So both the definitions are the same. They look the same. What is the only thing you have to change is, for 1 calorie you will write 1 gram. See, follow that spotlight. And for 1 kilocalorie you will write 1 kilogram. So 1 calorie 1 gram, 1 kilocalorie 1 kilogram. See if you can see 1 kilogram. I hope it is clear how to remember. Okay. Otherwise the definition, both the definitions are the same. So what is the relation between kilocalorie and calorie? Very simple. 1 kilocalorie is 1000 calories. 1 kilocalorie is 1000 calories. Why? Same concept. Like if I ask you what is 1 kilogram is how many grams? So you will say 1 kilogram is 1000 grams. 1 kilogram, 1000 grams. So if I ask you 1 kilocalorie, you will say 1000 calories. Kilocalorie, calories. Kilogram, gram. Okay, so just how you say 1 kilogram is 1000 grams, you say 1 kilocalorie is 1000 calories. Now if we heat, now very important, this answer is there in your text, in the exercise at the end of the lesson. This question is asked. Why? Okay, so we'll have what is the question? Why is it essential to define a specific temperature range while defining the unit of heat? So the answer is this: if we heat 1 kg of water by 1 degree Celsius in different temperature ranges other than 14.5 to 15.5, the amount of heat required will be slightly different. So for different temperature range, the amount of heat will be different. That's why it's very important or very essential or very important to define a specific temperature range while defining the unit of heat. I hope this is clear. Okay. Now dear students, we'll see a small video, like a recap for you, and it will make it more clear.
Unit of heat. The units of heat are joule in SI units, calorie in CGS units. The amount of heat necessary. Unit of heat. The units of heat are joule in SI units, calorie in CGS units. The amount of heat necessary to raise temperature of 1 gram of water by 1 degree Celsius from 14.5 degrees Celsius to 15.5 degrees Celsius is called 1 calorie heat. Similarly, the amount of heat necessary to raise the temperature of 1 kg of water by 1 degree Celsius from 14.5 degrees Celsius to 15.5 degrees Celsius is called 1 kilocalorie heat.
Now we come to a very one more very important concept, that is the concept of specific heat. Okay, as the word says specific heat, that means it is different for, but it is specific for specific substances. Okay, so every substance will have a different specific. This specific heat, specific. Okay, so for equal rise in temperature, the different substances absorb different amounts of heat even if they are heated for the same time duration. Remember when I given you example at the beginning in the first slide, that when you heat 1 kilogram water, 1 kilogram oil, even if you heat them for the same time and the amount of the substance is also same. Let's say heating 1 kilogram water, 1 kilogram oil, and I heat it for, let's say, 1 hour, both of them. But at the end of the 1 hour, the temperature of water will be different and the temperature of oil will be different. Now, why? Because the substances are different. Now you will wonder, same amount of substances there. I took 1 kilogram water and 1 kilogram oil, and I heated both of them for the same amount of time, 1 hour, and still why the temperature is different? So that is because of specific heat. This means that the property which determines the amount of heat absorbed by a substance is different for different substances. And this property is called a specific heat capacity. The amount of heat energy required to raise the temperature of a unit mass of an object by 1 degree Celsius is called specific heat capacity of that object. So how much energy is required to raise the temperature of a unit mass or of a fixed mass of an object by 1 degree. So if you want to raise the temperature of a unit mass of an object by 1 degree Celsius, then that amount of heat energy which is required is called specific heat capacity. The specific heat capacity is represented by the small letter C. Okay, it is shown by the small letter C. We show by small letters. Okay. The SI unit or the MKS unit of specific heat capacity is joules per kilogram degree Celsius, while the CGS unit is calorie per gram degree Celsius. Let's see now a video. Now we'll see two videos to understand this concept in a better way.
Specific heat capacity. Try this. Material: a tray with thick layer of wax, solid spheres of iron, lead and copper of equal mass, burner or spirit lamp, large beaker. Procedure: 1. Take 3 spheres of iron, copper and lead of equal mass. 2. Put all the 3 spheres in boiling water in the beaker for some time. 3. Take the 3 spheres out of the water. All the spheres will be at temperature 100 degrees Celsius. Put them immediately on the thick slab of wax. 4. Note the depth that each of the sphere goes into the wax. The sphere which absorbs more heat from the water will give more heat to wax. More wax will thus melt and the sphere will go deeper in the wax. It can be observed that the iron sphere goes deepest into the wax. lead sphere goes the least and copper sphere goes to intermediate depth. This shows that for equal rise in temperature, the three spheres have absorbed different amounts of heat. This means that the property which determines the amount of heat absorbed by a sphere is different for the three spheres. This property is called the specific heat capacity. The amount of heat energy required to raise the temperature of a unit mass of an object by 1 degree Celsius is called the specific heat of that object. The specific heat capacity is denoted by letter C. The SI unit of specific heat is joule per kilogram degree Celsius, and the CGS unit is calorie per gram degree Celsius. If specific heat of an object is C, the mass of the object is m, and if the temperature of the object is raised by delta T degrees Celsius, the heat energy absorbed by the object is given by m into C into delta T. In the same way, if specific heat of an object is C, the mass of the object is m, and if the temperature of the object is decreased by delta T degrees Celsius, then the heat energy lost by the object will be m into C into delta T.